Four, three, two, one.
I'm too old for this shit.
Hello, welcome to the, what month are we in? May episode of the Electronic Eggs Capsule podcast. Joining me, as always, is Paul.
Good evening and hello, or good morning or afternoon. Anytime, just hello. That'll do. Good to be here as always.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks for joining me again in your taking time out in your busy schedule, Paul, of organising your t-shirts.
Yes. For anyone who didn't listen to the Uncharted episode, that was my latest update of putting my t-shirts in genre order. So film, music, games, and then just before we started recording, Chris pointed out a great sort of subgenre of game magazines and games. So, Mario t-shirts, obviously the games, and anyway. But that might be seen as sad.
It is very sad, actually. Yeah, that's why I suggest it, because I'm also very sad. So we have a really, really packed episode this month. Some absolutely banging movies. Some good music.
Definitely.
Some good television as well. And
there
are some games. There are games.
Yes.
Which is good. But even in 1986, there is a game that we can talk about. So all is well. So let's crack on then with the movies, and we'll start first with something that is very special to a lot of people that I know, and is also my best friend's favourite movie of all time, and that is Top Gun.
I'm going to send you up against the best. Yes, sir. You two characters are going to Top Gun.
I feel the need for speed.
For 5 weeks, you're going to fly against the best fighter pilots in the world.
You guys really are cowboys.
I'm an instructor at this school. I see 20 new hot shots every 8 weeks.
I don't like you because you're unsafe.
That's right. I am dangerous.
The wild card. Flies by the seat of his pants.
I guess when I see something, I go right after it.
It takes a lot more than just fancy flying.
Gentlemen, this school is about combat. There are no points for second place. Figured it out yet?
What's that?
Who's best pilot?
No, I think I can figure that one out on my own.
Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, Top Gun.
Paul, how much did you love Top Gun when you were a kid?
Well, I think I got to know it because, like most probably parents, a lot of people fancied Tom Cruise, who was seen as this massive pin-up star. And
he's cool
obviously
as well, you know.
I know, but that's who I obviously model myself on.
Yeah.
I wish.
You stumped yourself when you were 6.
Yes. But no.
Anymore.
I didn't watch Top Gun when it was in 1986. It took me a good few years to watch this because, you always saw the Take My Breath Away video. So it's just like, oh, he's with a lady.
Yeah.
Try not to sound too partridge. But, it's sort of like, I didn't really see it really as an action film. For a little bits of action in it, it's almost like a drama.
It's a drama, yeah.
Yeah. So it didn't really appeal to me. But then I remember watching it probably more as like a teenager and just going, yeah, it's not bad. It's got a lot of quotable lines. It's got a lot of quotable scenes. And that's a good reason why it's still talked about and seen so highly. 40 years ago now.
I know. And the amazing thing is as well, that this came out the same month in America that it did in the UK.
that hardly ever happened back then either.
That
So we're lucky
never
there.
happened. Yeah, very lucky. But it was directed by Geordie, Tony Scott, the brother of Ridley
Yeah.
Scott, R.I.P. Not Ridley Scott, Tony Scott. And
Yeah.
I can I be honest, I prefer Tony Scott movies to Ridley Scott movies.
I think Tony Scott movies are a lot more. The action scenes and things like that are always a lot better.
Well, I just think about it, it's like so you've got more recent stuff. More recent, it's like 20 years ago. But like Man on Fire, that's him, isn't it?
Yeah. What a film that was.
That's a great movie. The Last Boy Scouts, his as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tony movie. Yeah. God, what else has he done? He's done like True Romance as well. Tony Scott.
That's brilliant. I watch that probably about once a year. It's one that I really do like.
Yeah, I love that movie. But yes, so the movie stars Tom Cruise, Kelly McGillis, Val Kilmer, Anthony Edwards, and Tom Skerritt. Anthony Edwards obviously was more famous though for his role as Dr. Edwards in ER. But yes, people find it kind of strange when they watch ER and then watch Top Gun, and they realise that that's the same guy. Because he's a very different looking guy in Top Gun than what he is in ER. But yeah, I watched this originally on rental. It would have been the famous Betamax rentals for Chris, and I think that probably would have been 1987. Although it did make a lot of money at the box office because it made 362 million out of a budget of 13.
Oh wow,
Insane.
I suppose so. Tom Cruise wouldn't have been paid megabucks at the time.
Not then, no.
Because you think he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't really. This is probably the start of his ascent.
Yeah.
Around this, definitely.
Because you've got Legend as well around this point. Colour of Money is the following year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's around that. This is what I'm just having a quick look at now. So it's like, on what else? Cocktail is around this.
Yeah.
I say around this time. It's more, within this half of a decade. But yeah, I can't think of any films where he was like the lead, in this early. Well, I know, like you say, you mentioned Legend, but it doesn't really get talked about.
Yeah, because he was he was also in The Outsiders as well, wasn't he?
Yes.
His role was very small in that one. But yeah.
Well, just having a look there. Risky Business was
Risky Business, yeah.
Yeah, it was like one of the early big ones.
Yeah.
But I just looked all the right moves, and then Legend, and then Top Gun. So this is only his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8th film. And then, like you say, Colour of Money, same year. Then Cocktail, Young Guns, Rain Man, Born on the 4th of July, Days of Thunder, Far and Away, Few Good Men, Firm, Interview with a Vampire, Mission Impossible, Jerry Maguire. And do you see what I mean? Like, it's just like, this is it. And then Eyes Wide Shut, which
he is
a bit of a bad rap.
He is the last remaining megastar.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's had hits in 80s, 90s, 90s, and 10s, and also now the 20s. So he's had 5 decades of hits, and not many people get to do that at all. You've probably got Tom Hanks, who still does that.
But Tom Hanks, though, you got to remember, he wasn't, when he was doing the movies in the 80s, his stuff was very comedy, slapstick.
Oh, yeah. I know it was comedy.
It wasn't until Philadelphia that he really branched out.
What do you mean? Again, that's not comedy? Sorry, no. I was thinking of a Peter Griffin from Family Guy bit.
I didn't laugh once, yeah. But yeah, he like Tom Hanks is one. He is he's obviously a massive star. But he hasn't drawn as many audiences as Tom Cruise has.
No, I'll agree with that. I mean, especially when you look at things like he's not had that many misfires either, really. Like you say, Jack Reacher films popular. like just looking now, really, it's stuff like, I suppose, The Mummy, which
Yeah,
wasn't that great.
no, that was terrible. Not the Brendan Fraser mummy we're talking about here. We're talking about the one that was released as part of that new. It was meant to be the first of a new series of a cinematic universe of the Universal monsters. But that film did so badly that they did not do any more. So
No. Oh, seriously, I just looked at all his noughties output, and it's absolutely remarkable as well. So yeah, they got
did
very,
Mission
very lucky.
Impossible 2, which was terrible as well.
It's but I think the first one's great. I rewatched that recently. But anyway,
They're all
we're there
pretty.
to talk about Top Gun. But then, were you not surprised when they actually did bring out the sequel, the Top Gun Maverick?
Oh
So
yeah,
many years later.
I was surprised because you're talking like nearly 40 years at that point. It was what, 20, 21, 22? So
Yeah.
it's a long
So,
time. I mean, the
oh
film
God,
was
yeah.
finished, wasn't it? But they couldn't get it into the cinemas in 2020 because they wanted it in cinemas. So, and obviously we had that. Everyone had that cold that was going around.
Yeah.
I'm a bit
So
flippant
I
there.
just no, I know
But
you're
yeah.
being flippant.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I was very surprised, but I was more surprised with that it was actually good.
Yeah, I was quite happy to see that, because you thought it's been so long, who's going to be bothered? But obviously, it was such a big hit, and again, when that came out to buy on DVD, Blu-ray, etc., it did really, really well. So obviously, still a lot of love for that as well. Like my sister now, she's obsessed with that film. We went over to America and went to some cafe where there's just a load of memorabilia in this cafe. Yeah, let's scroll through the pictures really quickly. Wasn't really my cup of tea, but the film itself, really good.
Right.
It's also one thing I'm just going to quickly touch on, because it ties in with music as well. It's got one of those brilliant 80s soundtracks that still sell quite well today. So, with your Rocky IV,
Brilliant.
your Dirty Dancing, those soundtracks that they're just brilliant, because you've got a good mixture of the ballad stuff and also some high energy, like
Highway
more
to the
rocky
Danger
stuff.
Zone.
Yeah, exactly.
That song, the do-do.
Yeah.
When my eldest son, is 24 now, this is going back about 23 years. He had a little toy camcorder, and when you pressed the record button, it played that music.
Nice.
That sting. It was like
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, that's Highway to the Danger Zone. How can I get away
Oh
with
no,
that?
it's great. It's absolutely great.
Uh,
But no, that's just it. I
It's
had to
great.
just give
And
the soundtrack
the
mention.
thing that I loved about it most, though, was just how like the other characters didn't really matter. People like Iceman and stuff.
Yeah.
They just didn't matter, but they were just there. Like there's no character development for these characters or anything. There's no arc or anything. The Goose is just sort of on the periphery as well, and his wife is Meg Ryan, isn't it? His wife in that, and it's really just Tom Cruise and Kelly McGillis, and everything else is sort of going around it. But people do forget Kelly McGillis in this, and they concentrate more on Iceman, Goose, Slider, Joker. They talk more about them, and it's like they're hardly in it.
I think it's just a rivalry, that sort of like the
but that
the
rivalry,
macho rivalry type thing, because obviously they take that over to the sequel, don't they?
they do, but weirdly, that rivalry is not really played out. There's hardly any rivalry scene where you're like, oh yeah, I can see why they're rivals. Like,
Yeah, I
there
suppose
is
it's
in
just a few
sequel.
tense words.
Yeah, it is. It's really weird, and it's not the ending bit where it's like, where he goes up to him and he's like, oh, you can be my wingman anytime.
Yeah.
Or ride my tail anytime, whatever it is. And you're like, how's that earned? How have they earned those? Like, it's not like it's just such a weird thing. There's no real tension in their rivalry at all. Like, it's just a weird thing, because I watched it again recently and I'm like, there's nothing there. There's no tension in that rivalry whatsoever. But I love the characters. even though they're in it for like a total of about 8 minutes. Right? Not Goose. Goose is in it much more than that, but the others are like barely in it. Like Val Kilmer nearly says more in the sequel when he doesn't have a voice than he does
Wow.
in the original. So it's yeah. It's
Anyway,
strange.
let's move on from Top Gun. Otherwise,
Also,
we'll have spent about half an hour on this.
I think Arsenal were also going to dedicate that win to Val Kilmer, who was a gooner.
Oh, right, fair enough. Excellent.
Yeah.
We've not really mentioned that much.
We won't on this one.
No.
We will talk about that in like 40 years.
Yes.
When I'm dead. So next up, we've got a film I still have not watched.
I've not either, but I'm going to explain why.
So it's Cobra. This is Sylvester Stallone. I know it's like famous. Sylvester Stallone plus his then girlfriend at the time, Bridget Nielsen.
Oh yeah.
But I still haven't seen this.
No, I just think it's got the immortal 80s tagline where it's something like crime is the cancer, he is the cure, or something like that.
Crime is the disease, meet the cure.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So
not
very
the
cheesy.
The Cure.
Yeah, who is the cure? Right, the thing is with this, I remember seeing adverts in magazines for the game, but I always seem to be Team Arnie over Team Stallone. And up until, say, the 90s, like with The Specialist and Demolition Man, I was never really bothered about watching any Sylvester Stallone films. And that included the Rocky ones, as I said on here before. It took me till
I liked
lockdown.
Rocky as a kid. So I was more Stallone than Arnie in the 80s.
Yeah.
But then when Bruce Willis came along, I was like, I'm Team Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This film has eluded me, and I have no idea why. It's Sylvester Stallone. I was all about that, I even watched Tango and Cash, which is fucking awful, and I haven't watched this.
No, I know, so I can't comment on that. It's still on there. The thing is, you'd expect it to be on TV at some point, tucked away, but...
Yeah, I'd record it on my Skybox if it was,
Yeah. Let's move on.
Let's talk about a movie that I have seen, and have seen a lot. And that is the science fiction comedy Short Circuit. Again, this released in May in America and in the UK.
That's
if you can
really
add and
good.
read that. I mean, it's so good. Because
I wonder why though. All of a sudden,
as well. Cobra was the same. Like we got these 3 movies in the same month.
That's
which
mad.
is mental. Yeah. But yeah, Short Circuit is about the robot Johnny Five who gets hit by lightning when he's meant to be a weapon of destruction, and ends up becoming quite sentient and wanting to learn. He then moves in with Ali Sheedy of the Breakfast Club fame at this point. Steve Guttenberg, who was obviously famous back on the back of Police Academy and 3 Men and a Baby at this. 3 Men and a Baby would have been before 86, wouldn't it?
It's around the same time, I think. No, it must. Anyway, that's what he's known for.
Yeah, but then we also have Fisher Stevens, who plays a very problematic role in this movie. So he plays an Indian character, and he is doing full-on Apu from
Indian
Simpsons.
voice, yeah.
Indian voice, and has the brown skin as well. So much so that I assumed as a kid he was Indian until I saw the movie. Oh god, the one with Robert Downey Jr. and Marisa Tomei. Only You. So he plays Marisa Tomei's brother-in-law, and I was like, he looks like the guy from Short Circuit. The guy from
He's not Indian. Wait a minute.
Like, wow. And then I saw the credits, and it's like Fisher Stevens, and I was like, oh my god, he's not Indian. Holy shit. Yeah. But then when you watch, I have watched this recently, and it is so bad. Like as a kid, I didn't notice that it was like horrendous because I was a child. But as an adult watching it, you're like, oh my god, that's so racist.
Well,
Like,
it's not an
so
amazing,
bad.
but it's not an amazing film either, though, because um,
How dare you, sir?
I tried to watch this. No, I tried to watch this recently. I still prefer the second one. I
Me
think
too.
because
I was saying
obviously
that
it's,
earlier.
yeah. I prefer the second one because I remember watching it at the cinema. With this, I waited till it came out to rent because, like, our little local video shop, had things like the cardboard cutout advertising it and things like that.
Yeah.
And then you see the posts in the window and stuff. So obviously it was a film pushed a lot for the rental market. So it took me. It's like one of those, on a weekend, right? We'll watch a film. And like I said, I tried to watch it recently, and obviously it's definitely a film of its time. But then, like when I watched Out Circuit 2, done a few years later, I seem to have a lot more affection for that. And
Yeah,
that's how we got Steve Guttenberg in.
I
Words
watched.
you never
I did
thought you'd
watch
say.
them. I did watch them back to back. Recent, like I say recently, it was in the last year or so,
Yeah.
and I still cry when he's, when he's like rebuilding himself after he gets beaten by the thugs.
Oh God, yeah.
And and then Bonnie Tyler's "I Need a Hero" starts playing,
Oh, it's brilliant. That
and
it's
like
absolutely
the
brilliant.
hairs on the back of my neck go up. I start crying because he's like Oscar, and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, so
I
good.
know. I thought we were
He's
friends because
dying
he
at the
just
time, isn't he?
absolutely
'Cause he's
battered him.
bleeding
Yeah,
fluid.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. He's determined to, finish the fight. But yeah, it's just really, really good. I know what you mean though with the emotion there, because
Yeah,
there's a
'cause I
bit,
don't
is it,
think
where he looks punk.
there's not much in the first one. Like when I've watched it recently, it's not that enjoyable, because there's not a lot that goes on because it's mostly him just hanging around a house.
Yeah, and they're trying
But
to
in the
obviously get
second
the
one,
robots back.
yeah, and then in the second one, he's like out in New York and he's like interacting with more and more people. Plus, I really wanted those little toy ones of him, that they had in New York.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, I think it's all right, but I prefer the sequel on that one.
Yeah, me too. So let's move
Right.
on then to music. And we have two number ones this month in terms of singles. The first one is Rock Me Amadeus by Falco.
Love it.
It is such a tune.
I know.
It's still
I loved
great.
it as a kid, and I still love it now. It's
Yeah,
just
me
so
too.
catchy.
I listened to it earlier just because I was like, I need to listen to it again before I talk tonight because it's so good. Do I really love it? And it's like, yeah, I do really love this song.
Yes.
Falco was German, wasn't he? So
Austria.
was he
Was he
Austrian?
German or Austrian? He was either German. He's dead. Obviously, he died.
Yeah.
Was it in a car accident?
I think so. But yeah, that song. It's just so good, and I love his
Austrian.
Austrian. He was Austrian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he died in 98.
98. Wow. But it's just so good. You don't understand the words like in the lyrics in the song.
Oh no, I know.
Other than when
Yeah.
he says Amadeus and "Rock Me Amadeus," but that's it. The rest of it, I'm like, I don't know what he's saying, but this is fucking gold.
Oh no, it's great. I mean, also though, every time I hear it, I think of The Simpsons with Dr. Zaius,
Oh yeah.
with the Troy McClure bit, and it's like
Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius,
Zaius,
Dr.
Dr.
Zaius,
Zaius.
Dr. Zaius, Dr. Zaius. Oh, Dr. Zaius.
I love it. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Oh, anyway, both Dr. Zaius and Rock Me Amadeus, both fantastic.
Yeah.
Right.
The next one is the Chicken Song by Spitting Image, which I do remember, and I will shamefully admit that I did buy the single of this.
Same here on 7-inch vinyl because we were kids, right? And this is the type of thing which has got Butlins written all over it, in your holiday parks. Spitting Image was absolutely huge at the time. The video was shown on TV quite a lot. It's just it was
The thing
it's
is,
just one of those novelty songs.
Yeah, that song without the video is shit.
Yeah.
If with the video it's funny, but then without it's absolute garbage. And you and I were part of the problem that put this number one.
I know. There we go.
But that's the thing.
There we
Back
go.
then, I was thinking about this when I was thinking about what singles I had at this point, and it's quite embarrassing because I would have had stuff like D'Artagnan and the Three Muskehounds theme on
Yeah.
on a 7-inch vinyl. I definitely bought Total Eclipse of the Heart as well, so that's kind of redeemable. But then I had stuff like God, what's the other? There's another cartoon around the same time as Dogtanian, which is oh God, what was it? But I had the theme tune for that as well. I think I mostly just bought theme tunes for kids' TV shows on
No,
7.
no, no. That makes sense. I had a Fraggle Rock 7-inch. I
Yes,
can't
I
remember
had
what
that.
that was
Yeah,
called. And
yeah.
I also had Kermit the Frog's nephew,
I didn't
saying
have
something
that.
about sitting on the stairs or alone on the stair. I don't know. What was he
I
called? Kermit's nephew.
I can't remember.
Anyway,
I did
yeah,
get
I know.
the Run With Us from the Raccoons on 7-inch vinyl.
Yes, yeah, God, of course. Do you remember as well back then? You used to get like those audio books, and sometimes they'd have it was like an audio book on tape, and you get the little A5 book accompanying it. Because I remember having
Yeah.
like some He-Man stuff and
So
things like that.
later in this year, in September in this year, we will talk about Transformers the movie.
Yes.
And before I watched that, well, no, it was just after I watched the movie. I came out of the cinema and we bought the cassette with the book.
Yeah.
But the thing was, like, the book was really, really thin, so it misses like most of the plot of these movies. Because I also had the Back to the Future one as well. And when you
Yeah.
listen to it, you have to read along with the narration on the tape. So the tape is the same length as the book, right?
Yeah, there
And
we
so,
go. I do remember these.
you get virtually none of the film in this, but it still spoils the ending. So if you buy these things before you go to see the film, you've ruined the ending for no reason because you're not getting any of the other content of the movie, really. You get like the beginning, a little bit of the filler story, then it's the end. Because they're the little Ladybird books, weren't they? They were quite thin. I think you're talking maybe 20 pages.
Yeah, they were never big at
No,
all.
no. Anyway,
Right.
we really didn't want to talk about the chicken song, did we? So
No.
albums, we still have only. Oh no, we have two number ones. Street Life 20 great hits from Brian Ferry / Roxy Music still, and then we have So by Peter Gabriel.
I can't comment on the Peter Gabriel. I think we've talked about Brian Ferry and Roxy Music
Yeah, I
in
don't
the
remember this
past.
album from Peter Gabriel, but the thing is, my dad was a big Genesis fan, so we did have all of Peter Gabriel's stuff in the house as well. So, but yeah, I don't remember this one.
No,
So
no.
move on to television.
Yes.
Television
Yes.
then on BBC One on the 1st of May was the Scouse comedy, which introduced the UK to the Boswell family in the comedy Bread. You must have watched
I
this.
loved this. Yeah.
Oh, good.
Being
Good.
orphan as well. I don't know why I liked it so much. It's a funny one, right? Because I think of it, because I also bought the Bread board game, which I found on a car boot sale when I was a kid. I know. And I always remember because with Bread, the whole thing was like, putting the money under the pot hen, for you keep
Yes,
for
at
a
the
week,
beginning
because
in the
obviously that was all
beginning.
the Boswell family. And because it was like, Joey Boswell, I think it was, with blonde hair, was it? Or
Yeah.
and then there was Billy Boswell. God, I'm doing this off the top of my head. I think there was about 5 of them. Adrian? Or was Adrian the actor's name? Well, anyway, I can't remember. But
Yeah, there was the eldest was Joey.
right.
Then you had the sister as well, didn't you? There was a sister.
Yeah, she
God,
had
what was her name?
curly red
Was it
hair.
Adrian was one of them. That was he was the poet.
Yeah, he's been in other
He was
stuff
the
as
soft
well.
one, wasn't he?
Do you know what he was in? This is absolutely ridiculous. He was in one of the very, very low budget Charles Band horror films, Subspecies 4.
Jonathan Morris is the actor's name.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes, Jennifer Morris. Christ. Yeah.
But he was also in Doctor Who in 1983, apparently. So,
Ah, right, okay.
but then you had Nick Conway, who ended up he had a bit of a bigger career until recently. He's now on an eBay advert.
Oh, right, cool.
The shop behind the shop counter, but he did go on a bit more because he's in Lock Stock, isn't he? As one of the Scousers in that.
Oh, right, okay. I mean,
Sure.
I really liked this. It was just like an easy comedy to watch. And obviously, like, I remember when I used to go around to my dad's parents and my grandma and granddad on that side, you know, they
Yeah.
had a big family and things. And it was probably like, this was obviously a Manchester way though, but similar sort of get up, you know, with different family members nipping in and, you know, quite a big family, like in this bread. But no, I think it was, I don't know, the characters were likable. I couldn't tell
No,
you any storylines.
Victor Maguire was the one.
Right.
So he was
I need to.
the bigger one. He was the fatter brother.
Was he like a builder in it?
I can't remember, but he's been in stuff like Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels and things like that. And but then he was also in Brookside before he was in Bread. He was in Good Night, Sweetheart as Nicholas Lyndhurst's best friend.
Yeah, no,
I think he was in Coronation Street for a while as well.
God, there's so many here. You know, I'm just like looking back now. I'm like going bloody hell. It's like a pop blast of the past. Went on for 5 years.
Yeah, they also recast Joey as well, didn't they?
Yes, yeah, I do remember that, which I thought was weird because I was only a kid at the time. Although things like Neighbours and Home and Away did it loads, but I don't know why it surprised me so much in this one.
Yeah, I couldn't accept it. I was like, I don't accept this. You're not the same brother.
No.
Yeah, because they both did
let's move
about equal episodes as well. The two Joey Boswells. So Peter Howitt did the first 39 episodes, and then Graham Bickley did 35.
Yes, it's not bad at all, really, is it?
It's quite a fair split, but I still was like, I'm not having it. Yeah. Was it Aveline Boswell who was the sister? Because she got recast as well.
Could be. There's 2 listings for us, so I would say yes on that.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I was trying to remember. Yeah, okay.
It's surprising though, isn't it? Because it's not a long run, 5 years, but there you go, replacing them.
Yeah.
You know, 70 odd episodes.
So the next one then on the 26th, this is again on BBC One, was the Russ Abbott Show. Now this had already started, so on ITV, and it ran from 1979 until 1985 on ITV. I didn't realise Russ Abbott had been around that long.
Oh well, listen. When you look at him as a kid, you didn't think he was that young, really.
I don't know. At the time, I thought he looked younger than other people, like other comedians at that point,
like Little and Large and
Jimmy
Cranky. And
but the thing is, they were younger than us now, but they looked.
Shut up! That's not even possible. Oh my god!
What's his face? Who used to do Bullseye?
Jim Bowen.
Jim Bowen, wasn't he like only in his late 40s during the 80s? And he looked about 80.
He can't be.
He may have been 50 at the most or something, but he was quite. Everyone was a lot younger than we thought they were.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's happened? Did you like him?
No, I didn't find him funny. I found there's one sketch I've seen where he's being asked questions in a police station, but he answers with questions, and then it confuses the police when he's being questioned. And I remember that one. I remember laughing my tits off at that. and I did see it again about 2 years ago or something on Facebook, like on a Reels thing came up, and I remember thinking, oh, that's actually really funny. But I didn't like it as a kid. But I did have a toy Cooper Man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Forgot about him.
Yeah, because Cooper Man was meant to be his nod to Tommy Cooper, because that's who he put a lot of his stand-up influence was from Tommy Cooper, and he did look a little bit like Tommy Cooper. But yes,
Yeah.
Cooper Man was his sort of his nod to Tommy Cooper, but he was like dressed like Superman, but had a C instead of an S. And I had a toy Cooper Man, which was bizarre. Like, how the fuck did? And I've never seen one again since. It was one of those. It was a really small one. You know, the ones that you couldn't really move. They're like really.
No, I know what you mean.
Plastic, like quite small but really thick plastic that you could like kill a child if you dropped it from a roof onto them. But yeah, I had that, and it was Cooper Man. It had the C on it and everything. I was like, oh,
Yeah, sorry, we've no Transformers, but we've got this
we've got
Cooper Man. And it's like,
Who
oh
the
wow, I'll
fuck did
take
me
it.
Who in my family hated me that much?
Hates you that much, I know.
The fucking rough rabbit toy.
It sounds like you could just imagine like Gil from Simpsons trying to sell it. You know, gotta get me some of those Cooper Man toys. Oh, my kids are gonna love me now. Oh
Like,
boy, oh boy.
Jingle All the Way sequel. Where they kind of
Yes.
Cooper Man.
Yeah,
toy.
don't forget Turbo Man. It's Cooper Man.
Yeah, it's Cooper Man.
Oh, anyway, let's
so
move on.
BBC Two. Now, this is a show I absolutely loved. On the 29th of May, we got Moonlighting over here, which is the comedy drama with Cybill Shepherd and Bruce Willis.
I never watched this.
Adored this so much. It came out in America in March 1985, so we got this well over a year later.
Not
And you
terrible though. I've never watched it.
Oh my god,
Never
it's
watched
so
it.
good. It's really good. There's one series though where the two of them I think didn't get along, so they filmed all their scenes separately. So they never were on scene together. So if they spoke, they only spoke via the phone and things. But they were meant to be like, will they, won't they? As a couple, you know, will they get together, won't they? So they were detective. So Bruce Willis was a detective.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think no, they both were detectives. That's it. And yeah, so they would go on cases together, but then she would obviously be into him. He was obviously into her, but then there was will they, won't they chemistry going on the whole time. So there's a bit of drama there, but it was also quite a funny show. At the end of some episodes, Bruce Willis would end up singing, like with like the Four Tops and stuff like that. Which it sounds insane.
It just didn't.
It's
I know.
it was such a good show. I watched this every single week on BBC Two on my black and white TV in my bedroom because it was on late on BBC Two. So I'd put my headphones into my TV and sit at my desk in my room, like really uncomfortably, like I'm doing now, and and watch Moonlighting, which was awesome. So I've never seen it in color. I've only ever seen this in black and white. So if I ever get to see this in color, it will just blow my mind.
No, I know. I've never heard a bad thing about it. It's just never appealed to me though.
Oh man, it's so good. If you have any love of Bruce Willis doing comedy, which I think he's really good at, you've got to watch it.
Okay.
The Reels. It's really, really good.
So what have we got next?
Next, we have nothing more on television, but we do have games, and we actually have one for the BBC Micro, which I think did go to systems a bit later, but it's Thrust.
I have played this, but only on the Atari ST.
I've played this on the BBC Micro. This is one where you've got. It's a bit like. Trying to think of a modern game. It's a bit like what's that series? God, there is a series that was very much like it because I did play a game and I was like, oh my god, that's so much like Thrust. Gravity Crash. That's it. Gravity Crash.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
you play
I know what you mean.
you're the ship, and you got to get the fuel to get your rocket, and then you drop that over in another ship, don't you, to build like the other ships up. And then you got your thrusters, so you have to maneuver by pointing your thruster in the direction that you want to go, rather than the head of the vehicle. Do you know what I mean? You have to have like a dual way of doing it. So you've got the head needs to be pointed in the right way, and then the bottom of it needs to be thrusting in that direction, and then you let it move to that way. So you don't really control where it is. You use the thrust to sort of push you in the right direction.
Yeah, because if you're not pushing the thrust, you start falling backwards and starting to spin a little bit.
Yeah, and
If
it's
I'm
from
remembering
Jeremy
correctly.
Smith as well. So
Yeah, I've just had a quick look. Done by Firebird as well, and it's
Yeah.
like quite an early-ish game for them. Yeah, I
it's
can see
really
why
really good.
it's worth.
But yeah, no, I really really enjoyed this one. Like really did. But yeah, I wouldn't mind playing this again actually. What else did it come out on then? Because I literally
I'm sure.
thought it was just a BBC game.
No. Well, I'll be honest. I think platforms: BBC, Amstrad, Atari 8-bits, Atari ST, Commodore 16, Commodore 64, and Speccy. And it's classed as a multi-directional shooter.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. I may have to put that onto my Spectrum Mini that I've got. And give it a play.
Yeah.
So let's move on then to the news of this month. Two football related stories, and that's it in the news. So on the 5th of May, Liverpool win the football First Division for a record 16th time, winning 1-0 at Chelsea. Kenny Dalglish, who was the player manager, his first season as player manager, scored the goal that gave Liverpool the title. And then on the 10th of May, the first all-Merseyside FA Cup final ends 3-1 with a win for Liverpool over Everton, which made Liverpool the third team to win the domestic double of League and Cup.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll have a quick break and we'll come back with the year 1996.
How to do it, oh do it, what they do it for. Won't somebody tell? If only we knew it, how do it, oh do it. You can bet, we've been doing it as well.
Do It All are doing Contiplast leather look shelving $229 and Marley super soft flooring from $775. They're doing ring fluorescent light fittings $5.99 and 50% off Polycell double glazing.
If only we knew it, how do it all do it. You can bet, we've been doing it as well.
Hi Paul, we're here, 1996, the greatest year of our lives.
Yes, the greatest year. I don't think anything's ever going to change my opinion on that.
Well, the years just get shitter and shitter, mate, so I don't think they will, no.
No. So what have we got? Because looking at the list, there's a few things that are jogging the old memory banks.
So the first movie that we have is 12 Monkeys.
You're a very good observer, Cole.
We have a very advanced program, something very different.
An opportunity to reduce your sentence considerably.
And possibly play an important role in returning the human race to the surface of the Earth.
No license, no prints, no warrants.
But he took on 5 cops like he was dusted to the eyeballs.
What year is this?
What year do you think it is?
1996.
That's the future, James. Do you think you're living in the future?
I am simply trying to gather information to help the people in the present trace the path of the virus.
We're not in the present now.
This is a place for crazy people.
I'm not saying you're not mentally ill. For all I know, you're crazy as a loon.
The army of the 12 monkeys, they're the ones that spread the virus. Monkeys.
He's been living in a meticulously constructed fantasy world, and that world is starting to disintegrate.
You haven't become addicted to that dying world?
No, sir.
He needs help.
I think I'm crazy when people start dying next month. I don't belong here.
You're here because of the system.
I know some things that you don't know.
Yes, my son.
sent me to the wrong year.
You're certain of that?
Science ain't an exact science.
You had a bullet from World War I in your leg, James. How did it get there?
I don't know.
You're a trained psychiatrist. You know the difference between what's real and what's not.
You said that I had delusions. You said you could explain.
I'm trying to.
I want the future to be unknown.
I can help you. Get you out. You can't hide from them. Don't even try.
We're all monkeys.
The thing mutates. We live underground. They're watching you.
I just want to do my part to get us back on top, in charge of the planet.
So 12 Monkeys is from Terry Gilliam, you know, he of like Life Brian, all that sort of fame.
Brazil.
That one with the little dwarfs.
Time Bandits.
Time Bandits, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I love Time Bandits so much.
Yeah, but I don't gel with this that much. I've only ever watched it once. I know.
Oh my
I've only ever
goodness.
watched it once. I know.
So-
I know.
This is a science fiction thriller. Stars Bruce Willis, Madeline Stowe, Brad Pitt, and Christopher Plummer are also in it. But I wouldn't say Brad Pitt deserves to be like on a equal billing thing with Bruce Willis and Madeline Stowe in this movie. He's not in it very much, but he is good when he's in it.
No.
It's very funny. But
Yeah, I just
so this movie is so it's set in the future after a virus outbreak, and humanity is sort of forced to live inside. Bruce Willis then goes back in time to stop the virus from happening, but keeps going to different time periods and things. It's a very, I can't give too much away because it is actually, if you haven't seen it, it's really good. It's a really good ending, is what I mean. And the twists and things in it are fantastic. Yeah, I love this movie. I went to see this in the cinema. I then, as soon as it was available to buy, I bought it on VHS. And I have bought it again since on Blu-ray. And I don't know if there's a 4K. If there is, I'll probably get that.
I'm pretty sure there is. I'm sure we've got it at work.
But there we go. So I will probably get that on 4K. I've really enjoyed this. I don't understand why you didn't. Can you tell me why, Paul? Why you suck so much?
No, I wasn't mad on science fiction at the time when this came out. So like I remember watching Seven, so obviously with Bruce Willis and Brad Pitt, those names were big enough to sell it to me. But I just think it's probably one of those that I didn't really pay much attention to either, at the time. And I do remember the only time I actually watched it was when I bought it. Must have been in 1998, so a couple of years after, because I got it from Virgin Megastore when I worked there for £1 on VHS in a sale.
Well, and you
But
still
yeah,
liked it, even though you only paid about
no, I know. It's just I should have got a refund.
I can't believe you didn't like this movie. Yeah, I love this movie. I think it's absolutely fantastic. It's got that really weird Terry Gilliam vibe that the TV series that they made doesn't have.
I was going to ask you about that. What's the TV series like?
I only watched 2 episodes and then I couldn't do it anymore because it just doesn't. Terry Gilliam's filmmaking is so weird, right? He's not Cronenberg weird or anything, but yeah, he has things where you're like, what is he doing? With that shot. Like there's a shot that's deliberate for some reason, but you don't know why until later, and things like that. But in the TV series, it's very much a very standard television series, that's trying to be clever when it's like I already know what happens in this.
Yeah.
I didn't like TV series at all. Just sort of shit. I think most people did because it didn't go on for very long, did it? So
no, I think it got. What was it on? I can't remember if it was on like Disney or I can't remember what streaming service it went on.
I can't remember either.
Then,
I watched it. But yeah, it ran for 4 seasons, but yeah, I didn't like it whatsoever. I didn't like the cast. I thought the cast was pretty crap. So yeah. So that's 12 Monkeys. So the next film we have is Money Train. Oh, just on 12 Monkeys very quickly. On 12 Monkeys, sorry. That movie had a 6-month lead in America to when it came out over here. And we've just been talking about movies in 1986 that were the same month.
Which is mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know.
But why I was saying that is Money Train came out in November 1995.
See, I quite liked Money Train. Did you?
Not compared to White Men Can't Jump.
Which, again, I've never watched that. I didn't fancy it.
For those who don't know, this is Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson reuniting in a movie for the first time since White Men Can't Jump. And I think this is okay. It also introduces Jennifer Lopez as well, in one of very early appearance for her. And
I was surprised to see that.
It's not bad, but it's not. I love White Men Can't Jump, so that's why I was really excited to watch this one. And then when I watched it, I was like, it was okay. But I didn't watch this in the cinema. I watched this on VHS. I didn't go to the cinema for this.
This was a rental for me because of Wesley Snipes, because I loved Passenger 57. And I think, obviously, Woody Harrelson was like the little wisecracking person in it. But I just always remember this one line. They're in someone's office who's got the model of the Money Train. He just goes, "Hey, where's your little train gone?" Because he's like, he nicked it in a previous scene or something like that.
Since I watched it on VHS.
No, I know. I've watched it once since then. But for some reason, that scene just sticks in my memory.
Yeah, I do remember that now you've said it. But yeah, it's a decent sort of heist movie. It's okay. It's okay. The next movie though, which only has a 2-month lead over the UK from America, and that's Executive Decision. So this was billed on the poster. Kurt Russell, Steven Seagal. Now, if you went into this movie being a Steven Seagal fan, I wasn't. I liked Kurt Russell because I was a huge fan of Escape from New York as a kid. So that, and I did watch Tango and Cash. So I had to, watch this. And obviously, I loved Wyatt Earp as well. Which, not Wyatt Earp, Tombstone. He was Wyatt Earp in Tombstone. But yes, Executive Decision. So if you went into this as a Steven Seagal fan, you get maybe 15 minutes of Steven Seagal before he dies.
That was a big deal. That was a really, really big deal. Because
surely
obviously he was a lead actor.
I know. I was like, surely he's coming back. I mean, he's got to come back. It's Steven Seagal. And then you watch the rest of the film and you're like, Steven Seagal did not come back. Did they really kill him off like that quickly? And they did.
No one can upstage Snake Plissken.
But this has a really strong cast. So if you take away Steven Seagal, who's barely in this, you've got Halle Berry, John Leguizamo, Oliver Platt, and David Suchet. David Suchet, TV's Pyro.
Wow.
I know. Oh, and BD1.
I've not watched this in ages. I've not watched it for so long. But again, because I liked Steven Seagal and Kurt Russell, it was a what must watch.
Yeah, this movie is a rescue movie with a passenger plane's been hijacked, and then they send up a team to go and save them. Most of that team is easily killed early when the plane has to disengage from the other plane as they're trying to transfer people over. And that's where we say goodbye to Steven Seagal. So we're talking very early in the movie. But it is good. It's not the best movie of the 90s where there's a hijacking on a plane. That obviously would be which film?
Passenger 57? No? Hijacking on a plane?
I thought you were going to say Air Force One.
Air Force One. No, because I do prefer Passenger 57 out of those two.
Do
I do
you?
like Air Force One, but I
I
think Passenger
prefer Passenger
57 is better.
57, but I
No,
thought you
honestly.
would say Air Force One.
No.
Yeah.
Passenger 57, right?
But there's also Con Air as
It's
well. So there are so
yeah,
many
but
movies in the 90s where people are taking planes.
no, I don't know. I just think and there's one called Turbulence as well,
Oh
which
yeah,
was
that
straight
shit.
to DVD or straight to video. But no, out
Charlie
of them
Sheen is
all, I think
Henstrid.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
they did a few of those films. The Turbulence just
The
kept on
first one's
coming.
so
I think they did
bad.
3 or 4 of them.
I got that
Honestly.
on a 2 for £5 in HMV the year it came out on VHS.
Oh God, see, that's a bargain or 2 for a fiver.
Yeah, I can't remember what the other film was, so it must have been even worse because I can still remember Terminal Velocity. But yes, the 90s was a wash with people taking over aeroplanes. And little did we know that, early 2000s, some shit really did go down like that.
So,
let's move on to music.
What have we got next? Yes,
So,
let's move on to
singles.
music.
We have 2 number ones this month. First one being Fast Love by George Michael, which is a banger.
Yeah. I've
Don't-
told you
yeah,
when it comes to that. No. Right, I just don't like the ballady stuff.
It's not a
you
ballad,
know.
though. Fast Love's not a ballad.
No, I know. I'm saying that when it comes to the upbeat George Michael stuff, he always puts out really, really good tracks.
Okay. I thought you were going
And
to.
this is one of those. No, not at all.
And then we have the Eurovision entry from Great Britain, which was Ooh Ah Just a Little Bit by the Australian Gina G. Now, I enjoyed watching her perform this song very much.
Yeah. I mean,
she wore
it's
possibly
catchy.
the shortest dress I've ever seen in my life to this day. And I've been out in Newcastle many, many, many nights. And yes, Gina G's short dress puts all those Geordie lasses to shame with how short it is. But yeah, it's a catchy tune. I honestly thought that would have done better in the Eurovision than it did. My biggest memory from this, though, is I had to watch the Eurovision my football team's end of season awards because that was going on at the same time. And this the thing is, because I was under 18, I couldn't drink because I was playing men's football at this point. So everyone else was getting absolutely blottoed, all the men and stuff, and I'm just sitting by the bar watching Eurovision, drinking Coke. Just a bit like, I'm having a really shit time. I didn't win anything either. Why did I come? I could have sat at home watching Eurovision. But
I mean, I didn't even watch Eurovision back then because it just didn't really appeal to me that much. It may be, well, not to watch the entire night. Probably caught like little bits, like round at mates' houses and stuff before then going back out for a bit. But it's just weird how I prefer to try and watch it all now as an adult, although I didn't watch this year's.
Yeah, I didn't watch this year's either because fuck them. But yes, so let's move on to albums then. We have 3 number 1 albums for this month. The first being A Jagged Little Pill by Alanis Morissette, which I think came mandatory with everyone in the UK at that point. I think it just appeared in people's homes because I didn't know many people who didn't have this album.
Oh no, it was absolutely huge. I remember my mum actually buying it because everyone liked, Ironic and
Ironically,
Ought to Know.
Ought to Know is fantastic.
Yeah.
Jagged Little Pill itself is really good. Like the title, it's not a title track, is it?
It's not.
It's
that
a
bad
lyric
an album.
the song, isn't it? It's a really good album. There's some really good tracks on it. Because I bought it because my girlfriend at the time, she went into hospital to have some knee surgery, and I bought her this album because she was going to be stuck in the hospital, so she had a Discman with her. So I got her an album that she could listen to while she was in there. And yeah, and I remember having one of her earpods in my ear, so I could earbuds even, and we were listening to it, like how couples do. Like
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, one in each ear.
Yeah, as we're sitting there in her hospital bed. The next album is 1977 from Ash,
which is really, really good because
It is
obviously it
really
starts with the TIE Fighter, or is it
Yeah.
X-Wing noise? Sorry, I'm getting my Star Wars mixed up there. Get lynched by some people. But no, I still think it's a good album.
Yeah, it is. It's still a really good album. It is. The next one, though, is Older by George Michael. And this one is a really good album as well, Paul, so fuck you.
Fair enough. Right, what have we got
Let's move on to
next?
television. BBC One, there's only one show. Well, it's not even a show, it's a straight to TV movie, and it's Doctor Who on the 27th on BBC One. This was the one which introduced Paul McGann as the 8th Doctor, taken over from Sylvester McCoy. That show had ended 1989, I think. So you're talking 7 years between the end of the show and the TV movie, which was meant to relaunch Doctor Who. But
yeah, it just never happened, did it?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't really well received, despite the fact it ended up getting like 10 million viewers in the UK, 9 something, which is insane. But yeah, it didn't do very well with reviews. Fans didn't really like it, so they didn't.
Well, this is a problem with Doctor Who. It goes through peaks and troughs.
Yeah. I enjoyed this though. I remember being really excited. I was a huge fan of Doctor Who during the 80s, and I watched it every time it was on. So I was really excited for it to come back. And then when I watched the movie, I was like, I like that. It's a little bit different to what I was used to. So I could completely understand why people didn't like it, who were really big Doctor Who fans at the time. But I really like Paul McGann as the Doctor.
No, I mean that's when I got to meet him at Wigan Comic Con probably about 8 years ago, and briefly mentioned that, and loads of people wanted Doctor Who stuff signed by him, because obviously he was like still in the people's thoughts, and it's you've got so many Doctor Who fans, but I just wanted to talk to him about With Nail and I.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why I was really excited about it, because he was in With Now and I thought, oh man, he could actually be really good as the Doctor, but he's far too serious as the Doctor to be considered the Doctor. Because if you look at, say, Christopher Eccleston as Doctor, he's quite serious as the Doctor, and I think that's Paul McGann.
But I like that. I really liked Christopher Eccleston.
I really did as well. I was really sad that they replaced him after one series, but that was his choice, not them getting rid of him. But yeah, the Doctor's meant to be a bit more weird than serious, and Paul McGann's character, his portrayal of the Doctor isn't written in that way. He's not a weird Doctor. He's more very serious, much more of a movie Doctor, as you
yeah.
Not the TV funny, quirky British Doctor that you would associate it with. But
no,
yeah,
it went for like the old Doctor Who films of the what was it, 60s or 70s? Well, probably 70s, wasn't it? Oh god, what was it called? Peter Cushing.
Yes, Peter Cushing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
anyway,
that I think is good. I wish it was more easily available these days for people to watch. But yeah. So that's that one. I was pleased to see him come back though in one of the episodes with Matt Smith. Just in like as a voice, like you see his face briefly.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because it made like a big deal out of it.
Because he said 8, it was like number 8, and you're like, oh my god, they're getting all of them, even the ones that are dead. So let's move on to video games. We have 2 video games released this month. First up is Panzer Dragoon Zwei on the Sega Saturn, which was the sequel to Panzer Dragoon, the 3D rail shooter. I preferred this one to the original. It's a fucking great sequel, and it looked.
I did play this one.
The Saturn. You did?
No, I didn't. I played the original, and I only played the original fairly recently. Like in the last 5 or 6 years. But yeah, I've never owned the second one.
It's really good. It does a lot of the things that the first one does, but it just everything looks and runs so much better. I think it's a fantastic sequel. I absolutely love this game so much. The remake's still not out for this, is it? Like for the sequel. I know the first one.
No, we just did the first one. That's it.
But the second was announced as being remade, but that was a long time ago now. So I'm guessing that's been canned.
Yeah, I've not seen anything because that first remake for Panzer Dragoon was ages ago now.
And it was
because I was still doing Sega Powered magazine then, so it must be about 4 or 5 years ago.
It's probably longer than that, I think, because it might have been like 2019.
God, yeah. So 7 years back. Oh my God.
Yeah. So let's move on to the news then for this month.
Okay, go for it.
So there's football again. Sorry for people who don't like football. But these are the news stories that I found. 2nd of May, the Football Association announces that Glenn Hoddle, who was at the time the Chelsea manager, he will succeed Terry Venables as the England national football team manager after the European Championships that were going to start in June of 1996 that were going to be hosted here in England.
Which we are getting very close to now.
Yes.
Just so good.
Yeah, Glenn Hoddle at first seemed like a good appointment, and obviously he then went on to say something ridiculous, and rightfully lost his job.
But wasn't it like because when he had Eileen Drury doing all his therapy stuff, it was Ray Parlour who sat down in the chair and said, "Shot back and sides, please."
Yeah,
and just took the
played
piss.
for England again under him. Yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But yes, he was quite deflammatory of the handicapped. Was Glenn Hoddle. So
yes, I do remember that.
He got fired. Plus, he's ex-Spurs, so fuck him. 5th of May, Manchester United win the FA Premier League for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. This was 96, so this was when they were chasing down Newcastle, because Newcastle had that huge lead at Christmas. And Newcastle kept
love it.
And Man United, like Arsenal recently, kept grinding out 1-0 wins. It was like back-to-back 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, just getting the job done, while Newcastle were like getting thumped, not thumped, but they had that amazing game against Liverpool at Anfield.
Oh, the 4-4 one. Yeah, which everyone still goes on about.
It's 4-3.
Oh, 4-3. Right, sorry, I thought it was the draw.
No.
But yeah, they always say, "Oh well, this happened," and now it's like 30 years ago. Because anytime those two teams met for a long time, they'd always mention that match.
Well, it happened again the following season.
Okay, so that could be why they mentioned it then.
Yeah, it's because the exact same thing happened the following season as well. But yeah, it was insane the way that Newcastle just completely folded. And I know Man United had been there, done that, right? They'd won it twice already in the last 4 years at that point. So they were seasoned. They knew what to do. But this was also the year with you don't win anything with kids season.
Yeah, that was.
So these were a lot of younger players coming through. Your Nevilles, your Beckhams, Scholes. These were the ones coming into the Man United team at that point. So yeah, it was an incredible achievement from Fergie to manage to claw back that deficit. Because this was also the season where Man United played and lost heavily at Southampton, blaming the grey kit that they were wearing in the first
yes,
half.
I remember that.
Yeah. They couldn't see each other. But yeah. But then on the 5th of May, no, not the 5th of May, the 11th of May, Man United win the FA Cup, beating Liverpool 1-0, that Eric Cantona goal after James comes and flaps at a corner.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was the summer that they wore that the Armani suits, the Liverpool players, before the game. The white one.
Yeah. Yeah, which was like quite iconic look, wasn't it? And the team that Liverpool had then was crazy.
Yeah. And this was the second time that Man United won the double of the league and the FA Cup.
Yeah. If only another team could do it, eh?
I know. So on the 20th of May, Doctor Who related, we lose John Pertwee, who died aged 76 of a heart attack.
It's not ancient though, is it? 76, you know?
No. Oh,
anyway, what films?
Also,
Go on.
We forgot to mention one of the games. I'm so sorry.
Oh, go on.
Metal Slug. It came out in the arcades in the UK.
Yeah, because I've seen it, like, you know, in I think Arcade Club, surely.
So Metal Slug is just, it's the perfect run and gun game. Yeah, as much as you may like Contra and things like that, this perfects that style of gameplay, even more so than like Gunstar Heroes, which I love. I do love Gunstar Heroes. I love Guardian Heroes as well. But Metal Slug is just on another level. It's just incredible.
I'm not great at the games, but I do like having a quick blast. And
I'm not
so many
amazing.
different
But
characters.
I do love them. I do love them very, very much. But yeah, this to me, I remember playing this in the arcade for the first time and just being like, "Holy shit! This looks look at these in 2D sprites. This is amazing." But yeah. So yes, let's move on then. We'll have a quick break and we'll come back with 2006.
Next time you play the new smaller Game Boy Pocket, please be careful what you're doing.
Hi, Paul. 2006.
It's still crazy that this is 20 years ago because it doesn't feel that long back.
I know. It's insane, especially when you consider some of the stuff we're going to talk about as well. So let's kick off with the movies then. So the first up is The Da Vinci Code. So The Da Vinci Code.
I never watched this.
I went to the cinema to watch this with my now ex-wife, who was just my girlfriend at the time. And because she'd read the book, I hadn't read the book because I thought it sounded shit. And from Dan Brown, obviously, was the author of the book. And yeah, she loved the book, so we went to watch the movie. This is directed by Ron Howard, who was Richie Cunningham in Happy Days. That's the only thing he's known for. A joke. He's done a lot of things like Cocoon, which we spoke about last year, was it?
Yeah, it was Cocoon. Yeah, last year.
And it stars Tom Hanks, Audrey Tautou, Ian McKellen, Alfred Molina, Jean Reno, and Paul Bettany. It's just a run-of-the-mill, by-the-books thriller. There's nothing.
It didn't appeal to me at all, you know. And the thing is, we've talked about films like this before, you know, with a bit of history and, you know, like legend and, you know, almost like treasure hunting. But with this, it just looked crap.
It's dry.
I didn't bother with Angels versus. I didn't watch Angels and Demons either. I had
to watch all of them, mate. But I haven't watched them since. There's a terrible PS2 and Xbox game as well.
I know. I remember them coming out and getting them in at HMV, and you were like,
Yeah. So let's move on then to the one good movie of this month in 2006, and that is Mission Impossible 3.
Agent confirmed.
Stand by to go live. On my mark.
5. You have a wife, girlfriend?
4. 3.
Whoever she is, I'm gonna find her.
2.
I'm
I'm gonna hurt her.
One.
And then I'm gonna kill you right in front of her.
What are you not telling me?
Execute.
Such a nice car.
Do it. It's Hunt. I know it's Hunt.
You'll never get what you want! You don't think I'll do it?
So Mission Impossible 3. I was a huge fan of the first one, like we both spoke about earlier.
Yeah.
The second one is hot garbage. And I love John Woo as a director. Love him. But Mission Impossible 2 is utter shit. But Mission Impossible 3, so when I saw this was
Okay.
J.J. Abrams, I was a big fan of Alias, so I was like, okay, this could be good. He knows how to do spy stuff. You know? And he did. It's a really, really good movie. And Philip Seymour Hoffman is a fucking terrifying villain in this.
Yeah. No, I think I wouldn't expect him to play a baddie, but there we are.
But he is terrifying in this. Like, he is just an utter asshole, like a really hateable character. So he plays it so well because Philip Seymour Hoffman is like he seems like such a lovely guy.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But then in this, you're just like, oh my god, I really don't like him. And your wife's in this as well, isn't she? Michelle Monaghan.
She is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who plays Tom Cruise's wife in this movie. But yeah, I think this is a really, really good I'd say it's a reboot really of the series at this point. Because
because I'm looking at
shit.
the characters in it. Well, I'm looking at the characters in it, and you see, his team coming together, who stay with him, for many, many adventures.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think the sequels. I loved Ghost Protocol as well, although I was a little bit weirded out when that was a 5-year gap between Ghost Protocol and Mission Impossible 3. It's insane.
God, yeah, no, of course. But then, obviously, they came up with like the main story then, just to get everything going, properly, heading towards where it ended last year.
Yeah, I think this is probably the most underrated film series.
I think it's absolutely fantastic as a series.
Yeah,
it's more hits than shits, as we've said before.
The not Day of Reckoning Part 2, I thought was actually quite good, but the one before that, the other parks,
I know what you mean. The first part to it.
Yeah,
look, it's got its moments.
That was crap. I didn't think that was very good at all. I thought it was really shit. But I liked the second one.
The ending of it.
Yeah, the ending was good.
Yeah.
And I don't like obviously Mission Impossible 2. And is it Rogue Nation? I think it's a bit weak. It's still good. Yes, that's the fifth one. Yeah, it's still
that was
good.
The one where he broke his ankle, was it?
Yeah, when he was running across the rouftops in London. Yeah, I think
yeah.
That was one, yeah.
Oh no, yeah. I'm saying these are still good films. I mean, like I said, when I watched the last part 1 and part 2 with Theo, because he just happened to be in the room. I said, "Oh well, it's an action film. We'll watch it." And then we watched the first one, and I was like, "Right, we need to get through them all now and rewatch them."
Yeah,
but we still never got back to that yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and watch them with my son while he's here for 5 weeks. because I think they are fantastic. I say,
Yeah.
can watch the second one if you want, but I wouldn't advise it.
I don't think it's really needed. I mean, the first one's a standalone story. Although I'm saying that, there's things that happen in the first one that are
lead
linked
back
to in the
into
last film.
film. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus, there's
Yeah.
characters as well. You know, like Ving Rhames is in it, and as well in the first one. So
Yeah, which you definitely need to see because you want to see how he becomes friends with these people as well.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic. This originally was meant to be David Fincher, of Seven and The Game, Alien 3. He was meant to be the original director for this one. But yeah, he left in 2004, and that's where they brought in J.J. Abrams.
Which is not bad at all, is it? You know,
No.
you think of the films he's done, obviously he's done the Star Trek ones as well.
But it's also
And
done
obviously,
2 shit Star Wars movies as well.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't like The Force Awakens either. Like, I don't like The Last Jedi, I don't like The Force Awakens. But The Last Jedi, absolutely amazing, and that's the one most people seem to hate, but I think that's a fucking great Star Wars movie. So, fuck anyone else who says otherwise. Sorry.
Okay,
let's
what
move on
we got
then
next?
to an absolute shit film that I can't believe even existed. So this is X-Men The Last Stand, or X-Men 3, or X-Men 3 The Last Stand, or X3 The Last Stand. And this is Brett Ratner, who's a piece of shit, who took over directing the series after Bryan Singer, who also a piece of
It's
shit.
a piece of shit.
Yeah, and left the franchise. And it's just the most dog shit movie I've ever seen.
Is this one with Vinnie Jones in it?
Yeah, Vinnie Jones plays
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut, yeah. Who's
In
meant to
this
be
one or the second one?
brother. No, he's only in this one. He's only in this one as Juggernaut.
God.
Yeah. This is where they kill off Cyclops in like the first 5 minutes of the movie as well. And you're like, did you seriously just kill off Cyclops? We're not getting Cyclops back.
No, I don't even remember. I went to the cinema to watch this.
So did I.
I was talking to. I mean, do you know what? In fact, I was talking to someone about this just on weekend, and I said the X-Men trilogy is probably the only film trilogy I've only ever watched once, and that was at the cinema. I've never ever been tempted to try and watch them a second time because there was just that much.
Well, the first one's okay. Like, the first one's okay. The second one, I think, is a really, really good X-Men movie. But then X-Men 3 is shit.
Okay.
I really liked the Matthew Vaughn reboot with First Class. I thought that was really good. That's the one where it's got James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, that was all right.
I thought that was really good. But then the other ones in that series are kind of shit. But yes,
Like that New
X-Men
Mutants.
3, yeah, but X-Men 3 is just so shit that I didn't care that they stopped the movie because people were smoking in the cinema.
Oof,
you know, you're sitting there, and I was so bored the whole time, and I was because my ex-wife now, but she was with me at the time at the cinema. She hadn't seen X-Men or X-Men 2. And she couldn't understand why I was so excited. I was like, I can't wait. The second one was amazing. I can't wait to see the third one. And I was like, oh shit, it's Brett Ratner. I didn't realise it was going to be the guy from Rush Hour directing this. But okay. It can't be that bad, surely. They've got a lot of the stuff left over from what was there, surely. And yeah, I was sitting there with her, feeling really guilty that I've wasted her time. Come and watch this. And then these people start smoking in the cinema, so they have to stop the film and then change the cinema change the screen we're in to another screen, and we had to restart the movie again. Like, it wasn't like,
which is absolutely crazy
because they
have to go through that.
Yeah, because they had to take the film out and put it into a new player because the place was absolutely stinking of fags. And yeah, I was glad they stopped it, and I thought, oh, okay, at least I get a break from this shit for a minute.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna watch
horrible.
it, see what happens, and then you have to start it again. I was like, "Fuck it now! Why do I have to watch this shit again? I've been already watching it for like 45 minutes at this point." It's like fucking hell, yeah. And then to make matters worse, the day I got my PS3, they tried to give me a copy of this for free. Picks up my PS3 on launch night. I was like, "No thanks, you can keep it." They're like,
Yeah, can I
"We
just have a
can't."
game instead?
Only all the launch games, but they said they're like, "Oh no, it's part of the package. You have to take it." And I was like, "Well, can I just trade it in with you for some cash?" Then they're like, "Well, no, you've just."
We'll give you £1.
I was like, "Oh fucking hell!" So I had to take that.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good. Right, let's move on.
Absolutely awful. So let's talk then about music. We have number one, which is number one last month for both music and albums, and that's Niles Barkley, Crazy.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say about that. So let's move on to television. One debut this month, and I can't believe this was 20 years ago, and that's on Channel 4 on the 7th of May, and that's How I Met Your Mother. Not your mum, Paul. The TV show.
Yes.
How I Met Your Mother. Have you seen this?
No, it did not appeal to me at all. I don't think I really watched much TV around this point. I did used to watch like My Name Is Earl on Channel 4, but when this started, it didn't appeal to me, even with the lovely Alison Hannigan.
That's why I watched it, Paul.
Yeah.
And I also really like Neil Patrick Harris after his cameo in Harold and Kumar. I was like, oh, yeah, he seems like he's funny. So I watched this. Yeah, and I've watched it through start to finish about 3 times now, the series.
Oh, wow. Okay. Is it
One
that
of the
good?
times was during... Well, no, there's some really... Like, the ending's really shit. But there are some genuinely funny, heartfelt episodes. You know, there's some good stuff. There's some great music in a lot of them as well. Yeah, I really like it. And the cast are really good together.
I think I'll just stick to rewatching Community then.
Oh, yeah, it's not as good as Community, but it is good. I did enjoy it anyway.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 second. I'm just going to have to cough. Sorry, my mouth went really, really dry.
Listen, I've also had to cough a few times, hence muting my microphone. No one wants to hear that.
No. Okay, so let's move on then. Okay, so let's move on to video games, and we have a lot of video games to talk about this month. Not a lot. Not a lot of them good, but there are some games to talk about. So, first one, biggest one being new Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo DS.
Yes, I have played this. Not loads, but a bit, because I didn't buy it straight away. But obviously, with it being a 2D Mario game, and Super Mario World being one of my favourite games still, it sort of got my interest. You know, it's I think I've just always preferred Mario in 2D.
You made me sick.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, Super Mario World, Super Mario World, Super Mario Bros. 3, yeah, I can understand that. And the original,
Yeah.
Super Mario Bros. 2 is good. But, like, all the new Super Mario Brothers games versus the 3D ones.
Just prefer them. Although, saying that, remember, I don't really like, Mario 64. I just can never control it. I know. All right. I did like Mario Odyssey.
Okay.
That's behind me. I've never really got on that well, even though I've got them both with Galaxy, so I feel like I need to give us another go with Theo. And speaking of the 2D ones, I need to carry on with Wonder as well.
That's the only good the only good 2D Mario they've made in like 40 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah.
Since Super Mario World. But yes, new Super Mario Brothers. I bought this at launch. I was so excited for a new 2D Super Mario Brothers game. I completed it, and I remember thinking, that was fine. And I was really worried at that point when I said that. I was like, oh my god, how can I have just played through a Super Mario Brothers game and said that was fine. You know, Mario is usually like this tentpole thing for me, and I was like, yeah, that was just okay. I didn't enjoy it that much at all. I hated the music. I thought the music was utter shit. I hated the visuals in the game. Yeah, and like the power-ups, the new power-ups in it were crap. Like the little mushroom, which makes you like really small and really floaty, and then you have the giant mushroom, which is just crap. It's yeah. When you consider what they had in like Super Mario World or Super Mario Brothers 3 as power-ups, and then you go to this. I think New Super Mario Bros. 2 on the 3DS is actually quite good. I think that's an easy 7. But I think Wii and Wii U are probably 8s. But yeah, I think the original one for me, I just played it. Like I said, I played it again recently on my 2DS, on my DSXL, my DSi XL, and it looks horrendous on that bigger screen because the enemies are like sprites rendered in 3D, so they look absolutely atrocious on a bigger screen. Yeah, it's so. But it's not just that. It's just everything about it's crap, and the fact that you can't save until you've like either spent coins to open up a mushroom house or a new route, or you've beaten a castle in 2006. That's the only way you can save your game. It's like,
but the thing is, it's going to just be like they don't expect you to be playing this game for that long. I mean, like you just said yourself, you completed it really quickly, so we'd probably expect you to get to a save point by just say playing for half an hour.
Yeah, I know, but it's still, and
which we did loads though.
And you can put the DS in sleep mode. So
well, the thing is though, but I remember getting Mario Land 2 for 6 golden coins, and I remember completing that like while I was on holiday in no time at all. You know, and that one, I can't remember how often you could save.
Yeah, that one has a save. It just saves, doesn't it? After you complete a level.
Ah, right. Okay. So, right, fair enough.
But yeah, Super Mario Land though, that I can complete in about 27 minutes, start to finish.
God, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. So let's move on to the next game. I haven't played this. X-Men, the official game, which is based off of X-Men 3, came out on everything. I read reviews that it was mostly shit, so I didn't bother, which is a real shame because they'd just done the X-Men Legends game the year prior. Really good.
No, I wasn't bothered about film tie-ins around this point, and I think this is like the end of film tie-ins, really. Yeah. I know we've got a couple on there, but you know, like with that film that came out, that Beowulf, a few years later, you've got things like one of the Terminator games came out.
Yeah.
With was it when Terminator 4 came out? They brought out a game for that, sort of Salvation, I think it was called.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, you know, like it just seemed to be really, really coming to an end. You know, then every so often you get something popping up out of nowhere, like, oh, we bought out a Born Identity game, and we bought out the Prison Break game. You know, you're like, oh,
Born
yeah.
Conspiracy is what you're referring to.
Yes, yeah, that's it.
It's really good.
It's meant to be quite rare as well now. People have said.
Oh man, I've got it. Can retire. Yeah. No, that's a really good game. I really enjoy that one. So the next one is the Da Vinci Code. I've not played this. This came out on
No. We talked about this enough. Yep. Right.
So now we hit the good games. Okay. So first off is Lemmings on PSP. This is Team 17 developed Lemmings, and it's so good. I still play this version to this day. They also did a version of it for the PS3 as well, which came out on the PS3 launch, like 2007 over here. And yeah, it's a fantastic return to form for Lemmings.
Was this like one of the last Lemmings games as well, really?
No, there's another
There's one on
Lemmings
Vita.
games after this, and yes, there is. It's called Lemmings Touch. It's not bad. It's just all touch controls though. So if you don't like touch controls, it's not for you. But it makes more sense in using a D-pad to use your finger because that's more like a mouse movement than a D-pad. And they also did a mobile version. I think there's another version as well, but it's dead now, right? But this is a really, really good version of Lemmings. Absolutely fantastic. The visuals are beautiful. The music is awesome. It still feels like a Psygnosis game, you know, even though it's a Psygnosis game at this point. It still feels like it with this version. The one that's on Vita does not feel like a Psygnosis game. It feels like someone making a Lemmings homage. But the PSP one is the one to go with. It's so good. Or the PS3 version. Like, they're both the same game, but one's just bigger. But yes, absolutely fantastic game of Lemmings. Next up is a game that really surprised me was Rockstar Games Presents Table Tennis on the Xbox 360. I was so shocked at how fucking awesome this game is when I played it the first time. I played it on a demo disc. Do you remember those?
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, so these are ones that you would get install onto your console rather than play it off the disc. So I remember doing that and playing it and just being like, I have to buy this game. And this was Rockstar doing table tennis, right? And the graphics were absolutely astonishing for the time. And it played such a good game of table tennis. Like, I've never.
It wasn't even a full price game though either. It was like,
no.
I'm sure it was only about 20 quid, 25 quid.
Was it? I think I've probably paid 30 at most.
Yeah, you might be right. I'm just trying to think back because
so good.
I've never played this because it didn't interest me, but I've never heard a bad thing about it from anyone who's played it. Everyone said
I've never played the Wii
version.
There's a Wii one, but I've never played that. But I have played the Xbox 360 one. I loved it so much. Yeah, the achievement's quite hard on it though. I do remember that. But it's a good game. Next up is Hitman Blood Money, which was on PC, PS2, Xbox, and Xbox 360. This was another 360 game for me, and it's so good. It was the best Hitman to that point.
I've never got into Hitman. I played one of them, but I can't bloody remember which one. It was probably on PS3 or something like that. So it was even after this. But,
yeah,
they've never done anything for me.
Should have been called Absolute Shite. The Hitman that came out on PS3 and 360 later, because they tried to do it a bit more actiony.
Yes, yeah. I think that's why I liked it, because I'm no good at stealth type games. Like, I've never liked them.
Blood Money's so many great missions though, and I just love trying to. Like, the thing is, the first time I played Hitman wasn't on PC. I played Hitman 2 on GameCube. Weirdly enough, like, of all the systems to play Hitman on, it's on the fucking purple box of joy, and yeah, and I just remember thinking, oh my god, this is fantastic. You can figure out different ways to get to your target. This is awesome. It's like it was strategy, you know, and I love strategy games, and that's what Hitman is. It's a strategy game. But yeah. Blood Money for me at that time was my favorite Hitman. It's been surpassed now by the more recent Hitman games, as they're absolutely superb. But my favorite Hitman game of them all is Hitman Go.
Hitman Go. What was that?
Hitman Go.
No.
So that came out on consoles, but it also came out. I played it mostly on Vita, but it was a mobile game first.
Okay.
And you're like playing a board game. So you've got to move your piece, which is Agent 47, across this board, and the other pieces move of like the bad guys on the screen, and your target or your area that you need to get to move on to the next bit. But there are objectives within inside it that you've got to do to get the next amount of points to be able to unlock the next levels of game. And it is played out on like a board, and there's like little pieces and stuff. Absolutely wonderful.
It sounds totally different compared to all the others, though, doesn't it?
But you say that, but when you play it, it feels like you're playing Hitman still, which is weird because you're like, oh my god, this because you are having to look at strategy to try and get through this board. So good. So let's move on then to news. So on the 1st of May, Lewis Miley, who now plays for Newcastle United, is born. I just wanted to let you know how old we are. That young Lewis Miley was born on this day 20 years ago and now plays for Newcastle United.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I think our chance of playing for Newcastle United's over, Chris.
I don't know. They're on the slide at the minute, aren't they? 18th of May, Kevin Prince, a 15-year-old boy and talented footballer, is stabbed to death in Edgware while trying to break up a fight, which is pretty sad. I remember that in the news, actually. That was, not nice. On the 20th of May, campaigners Fathers for Justice invade the set of the National Lottery while it was being televised.
Remember that.
I do as
remember that. Yeah.
Okay, so let's come back and we'll just talk about the games of 2016.
Welcome to the new Mushroom Kingdom in New Super Mario Bros. Out now, only on Nintendo DS.
Hi Paul, 2016. We're only talking about the games because we are out of our comfort zone with all the other stuff of entertainment. At that
I know. And
Okay.
we've said before, some of these were maximum power up type things. So it's interesting now to discuss them 10 years on.
Yeah. So let's get cracking then with the first one, which is Battleborn on PC, Xbox One and PS4. This was Gearbox's follow-up to the Borderlands series as they tried to break into the MOBA space with it. It flopped and no one ever
did.
talked about it ever again. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. And do you know what? I've been looking through some 2016 Games Master magazines recently. And it's like, oh yeah, Battleborn, that's a thing. And I also remember going to a Play Expo and getting given some Battleborn promo stuff. And I was like, oh, cheers, sure. And yeah, that just shows how long we've been doing things like this now. But yeah, no one mentions it at all, do they?
No. I didn't even play it. It's one of the... I liked Borderlands, so yeah, it just didn't appeal to me. So next up we have Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, but we had on PS4. We have just had a podcast about that. So if you want to listen to us talk about Uncharted 4, it's on there. I did come down at the end of the whole episode saying it was my favourite of the series. And, Paul, I have restarted it, and I am fully in the camp of it's the best one in the series.
Oh, okay. Do you know what? I think I'm going to install it after this, or at least start the install with slower internet here in the flat.
I think the story is okay. It's not as good as 2.
No, I agree with you there. But the action set pieces, and when we were discussing
better.
it,
Like everything's better in Uncharted 4. Like it is a really great game. It's so good. And I was also playing some Lost Legacy as well, and I'm like, oh, man, this is still really good as well. These are the best 2 Uncharted games for gameplay. Hands down. So next up we have Doom on PC, PS4 and Xbox One. This was the reimagining of the reboot of Doom, and was absolutely incredible.
Yes, and it's a game I actually spent some time on as well, because Phil was a massive fan of it as well. But yeah, I even bought it as well, which says a lot. I know. So yeah, it was again, the music, the action, the violence, it looked fantastic and everything.
Ran amazing as well. It was just absolutely lovely. It was so good. Such a return to form. I really didn't like
exactly.
Doom 3. I did not like Doom 3 at all. I thought that was I thought it moved away a lot from what Doom was, whereas this was Doom. You know, you played it and you're like, this is the evolution of Doom. Doom 3 was trying to do something completely different with Doom. It just didn't feel right for me. And then you play this and you're like, this is what it was 20 years ago. This is what Doom was. It's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it's just full on sort of violence and shooting and monsters and the the metal soundtrack and everything. And like you just said, it gave you the same feeling that you had back in like '93. When you first played Doom and you're like, oh God, yes. And there's not many. It takes a lot of skill to get a game rebooted and actually manage to pull that feeling off. That's what led to me buying it. At the time I was like, my God, this is good.
Yeah, it's so good. I was absolutely astonished that they managed to get it right. And that was I borrowed someone else's copy, which I never usually do, just to see what it was like, because I was really curious. I was seeing all the reviews, but I was like, I saw really good reviews for Doom 3, and when I bought that,
I remember that.
was so disappointed. So I borrowed it from a friend on PS4. He didn't ask for a game in return, which was really good because I don't like giving my stuff out to people. And I played it. I was like, oh my God, I'm buying this. So I downloaded it straight away.
Yeah.
It's absolutely brilliant. So next up, not a good game, Homefront: The Revolution on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. It's a first-person shooter in an alternate reality where America has been taken over by Korea, I believe it is.
I played the original one, which I wasn't blown away by. So when this came out,
I loved the idea of it. I really did love the idea of it, but I didn't bother with this one, and I just heard it was shit anyway. Shadow of the Beast came out on the PS4, which was a reimagined reboot of Shadow of the Beast, the Amiga title from was it 89, wasn't it, the original?
Yeah, very late 80s.
Yeah. It obviously looks worse than the one on the Amiga because the graphics are more of a modern take. But I think gameplay-wise, it's a better game than the original. Like, the original was
I only played the demo. I only played the demo of this. I think I might still have it in the PS4 catalog. But I didn't play the full game.
It's okay. I'd say it's probably a good 6 out of 10. It's
okay.
It's not bad. Next up, I put this in even though it's a remaster, is Valkyria Chronicles Remastered on PS4. But I put this in because I wanted to talk about Valkyria Chronicles, and otherwise we'd have to wait until 2028 to talk about it. But this is a fantastic turn-based 3D tactics strategy game. It's incredible. It's got beautiful like airbrushed art in it.
Yeah.
It's like the cutscenes for Final Fantasy Tactics, but like as a full game that you play. Absolutely beautiful. I love this game.
I've only played this a little bit. I own it. I've got it on, I think it's on my Switch. Not too sure. But I have got it on one of my systems because obviously with it being turn-based, I'm always looking for a fantastic turn-based game because I loved like the original Vandal House.
But it's action, right? You are moving around the
Oh yeah.
It's great.
So it's in my collection.
Love this game so much. So if anyone, it's regularly on sale on like Switch, Xbox, PC, and PS4,
and it's really cheap every time it's on there.
Every time it's less than $5, like all the time. It's really, really good. Next up is Overwatch on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. I can't believe this is 10 years old. Actually, Overwatch.
People still play this one though. This is what I was thinking of when you mentioned.
They play Overwatch 2, which has just been renamed as Overwatch.
Ah, okay.
Yes. But Overwatch, I played. People probably won't believe this because I hardly ever play online shooters, but I played this solidly for about 6 to 7 months.
Oh God.
I absolutely loved it. But the thing is, I loved Blizzard, right? So I'm a big fan of of their games that they were putting out. So previously had done. So I was really excited to see what they could do with the hero shooter, and I fucking adored this game for, like I say, about good 6 to 7 months of just solidly playing this. But yeah, and I got it on day one as well. So I got it then, even though I'm not an online shooter guy. There's no single player or anything like that. Still bought it. I still played the shit out of it. Yeah, I thought it was absolutely amazing. But after a while, they just started nerfing it, and it just didn't feel right and things. And yeah, and players dropped off and things. But yeah, I was a big fan of that for a while.
No, not one I've ever played. Not my sort of genre.
No. I tried to get into that Marvel's one that came out recently, the shooter from Marvel. Was it Marvel Rivals, I think it is, or something? But
yeah.
It felt like a crap Overwatch to me, so I didn't bother. But yes. Next up, we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutants in Manhattan, PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and this was from Platinum Games.
I don't recall this. I'm just having a quick look. I've got so many Turtles games.
Yeah, I bought this the day it came out because I was a huge Turtles fan, but I was also a huge Platinum Games fan at the time. And I thought, wow, what they did with Transformers was amazing. I'm sure this will be just as good. Oh boy, was I fucking wrong. It is. It is the most mediocre game you could play. Like, if you were to say to someone, create the most mediocre game you could ever think of making, they would give you this game. And go, here.
I don't know if oh no, I did play this. Yeah.
It's so mediocre.
Had a quick look.
Yeah.
And I was excited for this as well. Because it was platinum. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. Oh no, it's not. It's so middle of the road. Possibly the second worst game Platinum have ever made. That Legend of Korra is the worst.
Okay. Oh
yeah.
No. I totally forgot all about that.
That is the end of the episode. Thank you everyone for listening. Next month there's only going to be 2 episodes in total of the podcast because I'm going to be away and there's no one else to edit or host, so I will be doing 2 episodes next month and that's it. And that will be until middle of July. I don't think I'm going to be back until about 18th.
We'll have a look. Yeah. For the whole snap.
Yeah. So, Paul, thank you very much.
No worries. Pleasure as always.
And yeah, we will catch you all later.
Bye-bye.